so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. He's got it on the right. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain here. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning turkey bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what have you done to try to throw Pop off a little bit on stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollack cut blocked. Maybe even double team high low, chopping every single play,
which is illegal. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, you'd have just left the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Fakes the grab. Always finds his space. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground with the 41.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what we saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
And the Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll go with the direct snap. Running into the open space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
This opening drive has been all offense. Really good job. Nice scripted plays. Taking advantage. Strung together a nice series. But here's all that matters for defense. We don't even care about yards anymore. Can I keep him out of the end zone? Great job right here. Step up. Get a stop, force them either to kick a field goal or get no points, and this drive is still a success.
The Cornhuskers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Behind his big tight end. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the defense.
It's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Cornhusker.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14.
disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they play today.
Quarterback on the keep. Gets it past the loop. Really nice job to get it past the sticks. Pick up the first down and the third.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in. They've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field. Take those shots later. Don't take those easy, wide open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
The Longhorns come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get the first through the air. And the missed connection on third down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
And the offense with no intention to draw the defense off sides. They want to run on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own. Great field position.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on fourth down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. The Huskers have a lot of options on second and inches. Off play action. Floating away. Zings it complete to the right. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. The give to the back. And here's the tackle at the line of scrimmage, and that'll send us to the second quarter. We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. First play of the period will be a second down. Quick completion to the right. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
And the Huskers are moving quickly down the field. Here's a quick throw out to the left. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
simplify football. The low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
The Cornhuskers have it with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
After starting the season 0-1, this offense felt like they just left plays on the field in that first game. But so far today, they're taking advantage. QB's making good decisions. Guys are stepping up. They've limited the mental mistakes. They haven't turned the football over. It's a different-looking offense here in Game 2.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that. If you put a good drive together, this is a 7-player game, so Paul, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
He'll keep it himself. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
In the gun and looking to throw on third down.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous out the pitch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the back.
And it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride. I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. They're working that left side. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Rushes on him. And he will wisely pull to the kick lane to Tootin.
And nice job by the quarterback. If you're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Hands up and ready to hold it. Serious noise on third down at DKR. From the gun, wants to pass. Spits it out to the back. Makes the catch. It's shipped. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
All right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
The Huskers are flying down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Short hands. It's Camarda. And good coverage by the defense. Just a short gain.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Oh, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. Cornhuskers have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. And the defense was right there to make the tackle, but not before they get it to the 12 and set up in the red zone.
This defense has got to be better in coverage. You want to get off the field, you got to keep defending. You got to do something to make the offense feel uncomfortable. So far, way too easy for this offense.
Down to the 12-yard line, it's 1st down. From the red zone, it's Kamara. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught. But how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Right on the money. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And after yet another 3rd down conversion, they've got it 1st and goal. Looks as if he's going to run it. Touchdown, Nebraska! And they add 6 more to the board. Red trip to the house.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs into six.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Oregon delivered maybe its most thorough thumping in years in a game that featured a ton of big plays, not unlike the way Michael James, Kenyon Marner, and Jonathan Stewart used to do. All that speculation all week, and now we know. Something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Tells us that they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Get it out on the screen. There we go. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running a screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Timeout called by the defense as they're close to the half as they make some adjustments. This offense needs a little something to feel good about going to halftime. A chance to chip away here on 1st and goal. He'll do it himself. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
Timeout, Nebraska.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Offense changing the play. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Bought a little time, lets it go. Looking for the goal line. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. The defense burns their They keep pushing forward, down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Moving away from pressure. Escape.
One thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Steps away to find some room. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the 1st down.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks, we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
One play in this drive, and already out to the 41. It's 1st down. Quickly complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground to cover. And this one will be stopped. No gain. The Huskers want to crank the tempo. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Fires left. Complete downfield. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. And the Huskers have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. He'll take a shot. And they won't make the connection, going for the big play.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what, you can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get to that guy. You're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Trying to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking downfield, and time is running short. With the catch, it's Schiff. Almost had a lot of room there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 36.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football. momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
And the Longhorns have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Throws to the back. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit.
You know about this running back's versatility. He's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. He's looking downfield to throw. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
In the second half, trailing the way they are, they know they're going to have to be able to throw the football to get back into it, but you can't accomplish that if you can't keep your quarterback standing upright. Give the defense tons of credit getting that sack on third down.
Oh, he got home and blocked the punt. Picks it up, he'll try to run it back. Touchdown, Cornhusker. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And they did a really nice job on that punt block. They haven't showed that this year yet, so they overloaded the one side. They used their speed to get the block, and then how about scooping and scoring and taking it to the crib?
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap. They've been making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision making.
He's got it.
And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Longhorns want to pick up the tempo.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Here's a heat. He'll try to do it himself. And this defense was flailing as he waved his way and got down to the 26.
This is what's so hard as a defense, trying to stop this dude from quarterback. Because on the previous play, he hurt you with his arm, and now in this one, he hurts you with his feet. They're going to have to do a better job of getting pressure on him, making him get rid of the football or go down with it. Because his speed and his arm talent right now is a problem.
Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22. Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. They'll move the wide receiver. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Intercepted to stop the threat. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football. And you saw it right there.
One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
And that's why he is an all-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He lets it fly. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. defense gets set for second down. Back to pass. They're going to get him for a safety, trying to make something out of nothing, and still got stuck for two.
Understanding where they are in the field, they got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Nothing says my offense stinks like punting on first down. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. Fair catch is signaled for and made. They'll mark it at the 12, and they'll start in a bit of a hole. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the big hit.
Well, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win it, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative and play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they've built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Hines is tied in. He just brought some serious energy making that huge play and getting the ball
You got to love the rhythm this quarterback is in here on this drive, guys. 2 completions. He's seeing the safety rotation that time. Saw the one-on-one matchup he wanted, took his shot. He is in a groove.
And the Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up. Right now, boys. The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. Hey, no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Using the quick game. He's stopped just short of the goal line after one. An explosive play has the sack. Wide receiver going in motion. This quarterback want to get a running game. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Texas!
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he's got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This lead that they've been working with is bundled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Ship. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to...
Intercepted just what the defense is knocking over. He'll try to take it back. Man down on the play as the official Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying it and had very little success.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
To the air on 2nd down. Makes the catch. It's Witherspoon. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down.
Well, look, I know this guy is not the biggest running back in college football, but boy, is he dangerous, right? He's so shifty. He's hard to bring down. It's a good idea to get him going in the passing game. Put him out in space. Let's see what he can do.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the 1st down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Here comes the heat. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. And the incomplete pass on 3rd down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield.
You got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw with sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one and to keep the drive alive.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job by that defender. I mean, he timed that snap count perfectly, got into the backfield and created the negative play.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far. As you check out their numbers. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Throws to the tight end. Working the big fella downfield and outside.
That's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
A 1st down run in the red zone. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Quarterback may change this route. On 2nd and goal, he carries again. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
And they'll come to the line trying to take a slice out of this lead on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. Looking to get it. They got him the football, but he could not convert. It'll be 4th down. The Longhorns will hustle to the line.
Okay, ready?
Wants to pass. Bringing the heat. Go to the end zone. Picked off.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. Oh, he's got some speed. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a first down. So much to defend. That is the hardest thing to defend, because you don't know where it's going to happen on the field and when it's going to happen.
Now on the option. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, second and 8. They want to get this defense on its heels.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. It's complete. And they bring him down quickly, but a good game there.
This offense is not letting up, guys. We've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
The Huskers in a good spot here with second and short. Through the defense. Makes the tackle right at the 28-yard line. Pick up a 5, and they'll move the sticks. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Huskers pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Quick release by the QB. He is pushed out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
Smart move to keep it on the ground. Heading to the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Nebraska. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way down.
I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Texas.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Atop the rankings when they come out next. Turning it out! They'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right on the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long.
22, water.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing it into completion?
They had the big play to start the drive, but a couple of misfires now leaves us with 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a man on the left. Makes the grab and a nice gain. Gets it to the 35.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's the big-time moment. In the 4th quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Gotta get to him. Gotta ruffle his feathers. Hit him a few times. Make him feel at home.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. A methodical drive that they finish on by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? You see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is ball going? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to.
Let's go. Let's go.
He'll set up the throw. There he goes, breaking the pocket. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Is no good. That keeps the score. Nebraska 42, Texas 29.
They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. There, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Motion from the wideout. Looking downfield on 1st down. Blasted as he lets it go. And there's the pick.
Turning the football over is the worst thing you can possibly do.
Unloads it left. It's complete. Seizing the open space. Inside the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Nice run there. Picks up a few. They'll force him out of bounds. The Longhorns want to move quickly. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Using his legs to buy some time. Tight end finds a soft spot. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. They'll try to get it through the air. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. going to go. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
After being stopped there on fourth down, this game's pretty much over. They were going to have to go down in a 2-minute situation, put at least 7 up on the board. They couldn't get it done. Things just haven't gone their way. It's been that type of day today. They're going to leave the stadium with the loss.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Grab behind the line. It's Kamara. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do anything.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Horns up and ready to hook him. Serious noise on third down in DKR. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Nebraska.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got the tight end. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30.
And at some point for the defense, I'm just thinking, hey, man, like, it's got to be somebody else. I mean, the big tight end has made play after play after play today. And we know if it gets close in the fourth quarter, they're going to look his way, so the defense really needs to have a plan.
The Cornhuskers will snap it on 1st and 10. The handoff keeps working on that clock. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
This is an area of the game on offense you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter. Obviously, you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first downs. So you have to be able to win.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Smart offense. I love it, man. Make them use that timeout. Run the football. I can run the football and let that clock down to inside of a minute. I'm in a great situation to win this football game. Just be smart and keep that thing running.
Third down play from the gun. Working the middle. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
On the play. And that's a first down for the offense.
How much fun was that? You just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers. They're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.